until it eventually works. I think that's a real life example of persistence, and believing in one's vision. And you can see how it's paid off for every one of us today. Also in the Bible, the story of Nehemiah, when it was rebuilding the walls of Jerusalem, in the book of Nehemiah, chapter 2. If you have time, you can read the chapter from 17 to 20. We can see from the biblical example how Nehemiah was mocked by the people of Jerusalem then for trying to rebuild the wall, but he didn't stop, right? And we all know how that ended. Is there any other person that wants to share somebody about a real life example of an attribute that can be beneficial in entrepreneurship? All right. Okay, no problem. So what sister, I think sister, the first person who spoke was that Sister Ibu? No? Who talked about Mark Zuckerberg? Momiara, was it Momiara?
Yeah, it's Momiara.
Oh, okay, it was Momiara. Okay. Yes. One key attribute of a successful entrepreneur is they see opportunities where others don't see it. And I like the example she gave, talking about Mark Zuckerberg, another very visionary, entrepreneur, which we all know today is Elon Musk, right? And you can imagine, see how long Elon Musk has been talking about, life in space, life outside the Earth, and you see how the trend is moving. He also did the same thing with his electric cars, right? And whatever other venture is investing in today, right? And when you study these people, you can see that these guys see what other people are not seeing, right? So in the midst of all the chaos, in the midst of all the excitement, in the midst of all the trends, people are seeing real life examples of opportunities, that can turn into profitable ventures, and of course can translate to revenue. And which is why, like I tell people, it's unfolding right in our eyes today, the way, AI, the trend and the pace with which AI is moving. AI, last year, if you had mentioned AI, what most people will think of is ChatGPT. You can ask it any question and it will answer you. But we all know today that it's more than that. And while a lot of people are getting lost and get carried away in the excitement of, oh, AI can do this, AI can do that, people are generating, unimaginable revenue from these AI tools. So I'm just admonishing every one of us today that in the trend, in all the noise and all the excitement, and the trends, don't get carried away. Like, look at how you can key into these opportunities, to generate revenue. And there are so many ways. There are thousands of ways using technology, and gone are the days where, you say you are unable to start a business because, I haven't found the location, I haven't found the shop, I don't have funds, right? We've been able to see today that, with little or no money, you can start a business, right? And we'll get to that, right? The different ways by which we can do businesses, the traditional way and the digital ways, and we'll touch on each of those methods. I think the conversation now is moving away from what it is, the robots can do, the machines can do, and it's shifting towards, how do we stop these things? How do we regulate it? So that's to tell you that the possibilities are endless. And I think it would be unwise for anybody to depend on a job today, because we can see right before our eyes that human beings are slowly being replaced by machines. I don't know if you agree with me. Anybody there agrees with me or disagrees?